Taurus, hello, hello, my loves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Taurus, you got the riddle and the castle, the empty room, agape, and the crone. Well, I mean, the riddle is the idea of just like not really being able to figure out whatever it is that you're trying to figure out, and I think that what that is for you is an idea of like, where do I want to be in life? Where, like, what do I want to do? And what does that look like? Right? I mean, if you've got something that embodies many things that you're, like seeking to accomplish, but those things feel like, I don't know, you get there and then you're just kind of like, still isn't right for me. Still isn't, like, something about this just like this isn't what I want for myself. For some of my Tauruses, I know that you're, hitting the workforce and finding different jobs and, like trying your hand at different things. And, you know, that's for some of my younger Tauruses. For some of my older Tauruses, I know y'all have spent years doing whatever, like, and trying out the different roles and never really feeling completely satisfied by any of them. And I think just reflecting on, like, why don't I feel satisfied with these things, and what is it about these things that I would change so that when I'm moving forward, like, if I know that there's something for me that's like, okay, I don't like, this is something that's not acceptable to me, and if this is the way that this is going to work, then, like, I just, I don't think that I can continue in this manner. If it's something that, well, I don't know. And I mean, how could that play out for y'all? I mean, that could play out for y'all in so many ways. It could be with career, it could be with relationships, it could be with where you're living, take what resonates for you, how it resonates, and leave the rest. But there is definitely a point of pulling back and just kind of reviewing everything and thinking about everything, which we're in retrograde season, so like that's the point, right? But I think that, what you're discovering, I feel like you come up with an answer and during this point of reflection, because you practice an awareness of yourself, right? All of the parts of yourself. Yeah, this card is like such a chakra card to me, but it's true. When you clear the path, when you clean the path, the filtration system runs so much more smoothly, you know? And I just feel like this clearing of the path so that the filtration can run smoothly, so that you can take what you need from the experiences that you've gained, whether it's through relationships or, like work experience or what have you. Everything that you've done because it's taught you something along the way. It's taught you what you do want. It's taught you what you don't want. It's taught you all of the reasons why. And now you can take all of that and you can go in a direction that feels right for you. Taurus. Love y'all so much. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I had a very nice day today. I was like, okay, Taurus. Oh my gracious. Okay, we got stacks. Oh my God, we have like 4 stacks. Okay, give me a second. Sorry, let me lay all these out so I can see what they are. Okay. Well, whatever this riddle is, Again, with the idea of lack, the idea of like what is acceptable to me and what is not acceptable to me, like what type of energy do I welcome into my own energy, what do I not welcome into my energy, what types of communities am I willing to engage with, and what types of communities am I not willing to engage with, and why, right? And I think making a decision, because when you really stop and you look at it, and Taurus, I feel like you've been looking at things through other people's eyes for a long time. And that's something that's really easy to do when you're an empath, right? If you're somebody who's just really sensitive to the people around you and the energies around you, and there are people who are, just, sending you in directions that you don't really agree with, or, like, I don't know, if you're at work and you're working with, people who are just very, very different from you, and feeling like you can't reach your full potential when you're surrounded with people who you feel like you're constantly having to battle. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, you're making decisions on behalf of yourself instead of, again, being in that habit of like, oh, I'll put you first and me second. I don't mind being the lesser person in this scenario. Like, as long as everything, I just feel like this sense of, what, when I don't stand in my power, it's not only a disservice to me, but it is a disservice to the people in my life. And I feel like when you recognize how it's a disservice to others, like, that's almost like when that, wait a second, I need to start making decisions on behalf of myself. What's best for me and my vision, because my vision is a lot bigger than just like one thing. You know what I mean? And I just kind of feel like there is this expansion of like what you really want, and why you really want it, and how that fits into like what you envision for your life. And I think that things turn around for you, and you go in a new direction, a new beginning, a new opportunity that I feel like just feels like it's turned everything around for you. And I just feel like this charge into balance, because you have taken, I just feel like the role of a leader in your life. And I feel like, whatever direction it is that you decide to go in, I do think, Taurus, that you're going to find that you like attracts like. And when you put your foot down and you say like, this is who I am and this is what I want, instead of surrounding yourself with people who want you to just put your stuff down while you deal with mine, you're dealing with people who are like standing beside you in doing something. You've got the magician and the high priestess, and this is very much, creation and intuition and knowing. And, I just feel like this, like, when you take this time to really reflect and sort through the who's, what's, whens, whys, and hows, whatever this new opportunity is for you, I feel like there is this sense of like, I really, even if you don't agree with what I'm doing, I don't care. Even if you scoff, even if you mock me, like, that's no different than any of the other times. And so that only says to me, no, you're doing the right thing, Taurus. You're doing the right thing. You're going in the right direction. And I feel like anytime somebody says something to you, you take it into consideration, but you also recognize the fact that you still feel like there's something lacking in that scenario, right? If I'm still somehow experiencing lack, then that is not for me, right? Which seems like a really simple statement, right? But it's not. It's nothing is ever that simple. Taurus. I mean, the energy is kind of heavy, you know. Because it's a heavy energy when we have to really stop and look at where we are and what we're dealing with and who we're dealing with and the communities that we are dealing with accordingly. And, you know, I just kind of feel like all of the things and the more you look at it and the more you think about it, the more you're like, all of those things are things that I just don't want to even have to touch. Like those things don't define me. Those things don't, I don't love those people. I don't even like those people. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, what am I doing? And why am I doing this? And, you know, I think ultimately you were doing it because you felt like it was what other people wanted you to do. And it seemed like it was the best thing to do for all parties involved until I think that you realize that that's the opposite of true. And you have the High Priestess again. I love that. The Queen of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. Love the Queen energy. Obviously, they're gender neutral, though. But, you know, Taurus, I do kind of feel like that like attracts like. And when you really determine and decide, like, what do I like? What do I want? And you make those decisions solidly, I think that you find that you draw in the community that's meant for you. You surround yourself with people who take interest in things that you take interest in. Feels like an expansion of spirit. It does, truly. And that's beautiful. The Tower and the Knight of Swords. Well, I mean, the Tower indicates like an end, you know, and I feel like maybe this end is the reason that you kind of have to like step back and really think about what you want and why you want it and how you want it and what does that mean to you, because you better be a lot more specific when you're laying out what it is that you want for yourself in terms of you, if you want to draw in the right community for you. And I feel like that's happening, but it's happening because something else has ended and it's forced you to really stop and reflect. And that's okay, because sometimes we have to be forced. Something has to like full on smack us down to our seats to sit down and be like, whoa, wait a second. That just made me question everything. And if that can make me question everything, what exactly is it that I was holding on to? You know what I mean? Like, it's a real feel, Taurus, and that's a real question. And that is like everything that's happening right now. The Heart, Eros, and the Queen. Well, I mean, this is a relationship for a lot of my Tauruses. I mean, there's a lot of Queen energy here. There's a lot of influence here. And I just feel like you're being influenced to like follow your passions and follow your heart. And, you know, like whatever this, like, what do I really want moment in time is for you, I feel like it's relieved with a sense of knowing. In the direction that you need to go. Because I feel like this direction calls to you. You know, it's just like calling you in. It's like, I don't know, because it's like when you grab a thought and then you start to pull on that thought, and then all of these imaginations and creations come from this like one thought, and you just go down this idea, and you see like how big it gets. I just feel like whatever that is, that end has been for you, it doesn't. I really don't feel like any of us have a whole lot of time to really be upset about anything that's ending, because I feel like collectively we are all just going in new directions. You know what I mean? And Taurus, I think that's just as true for you. This read it's a good read, you guys. It's a good energy. It's a reflective energy. It's a conscious energy. It's a dreamy energy, you know, like it's all good things. You'll sort through the confusion. You'll move past the ends. And I think you'll find that you do that more quickly than anticipated. Okay, Taurus, if this does resonate with you, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and sharing your energy with me. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.